How did you figure out how to lead these people when clearly you're asking God all the time. That's the foundational piece. But from a practical standpoint, were you ever overwhelmed with, I got people reporting to me. I don't have a business degree. I got to figure out how to get this business scaling and growing in the way.
I was always reading. There's another quote that said that readers are leaders. All readers aren't leaders, but all leaders are readers.
That's right.
And I was always reading. But again, I think it was people around me. I had a new neighbor, and there's this house across the street from the Cupcake Collection. And it was the owner of that house who propelled me into business. My first big order, a big portion of my story where I said I was sitting in the dark doing the Dave Ramsey baby steps plan when my neighbor knocks on the door and says, I want to give your cupcakes to all of my clients. I wasn't even in business yet. She was just trying to tell me, girl, you have something. And when she sold her house, years later, now I'm a business, and the lady who moves in says, girl, you have something. You need to grow this. And she hand delivers me down to the Entrepreneur Center and says, they have a program there, and you need to be a part of this program. And so I applied to be in the program, and I get in. You had to have made $250,000 by then to become a member of this program. And I probably had well exceeded that by then. I don't think I just literally knew that. I was so busy in the weeds of the work, I didn't even know I was making money. I just knew the lights were staying on now, and like we were having enough to make it.
And you're grinding.
Yeah, I'm just
2 a.m.
doing
to
it,
7
right?
p.m. and then dishes. That's
and that same mother who didn't believe in business and all of that moved to Nashville and became my administrator and brought all of her corporate 35 years experience from being in one of the biggest insurance companies, in our country.
Changed her mind a little bit.
Yeah, and started working my business and started putting process in place and things like that. And I was just head down grinding.
Well, you know what? This is a thing that people need to remember, right? And this, I want to say this respectfully of your mother, but it just makes me remember there are a lot of critics and naysayers, and the best thing you can do to shut them up is just go win.
Yeah.
Like when you succeed, the critics shut up.
Yeah.
And so many people get
won't
caught
shut up,
up
though, because she still thinks she's the queen and
Well,
she thinks she's running
your mom
things,
should
but
always hold that seat.
Yeah.
But it fascinates me how many people trying to get started on their new thing give so much energy and airtime to people who are critical instead of just going and proving them wrong.
Yeah.
Like you get to choose where you put your energy.
I love that.
You can listen to the people who are putting you down or saying it's not going to work, or you can just go do it.
Or you can listen to that spirit on the inside of you that's telling you that you can.
Yeah.
That has, that was my saving grace. And so she came, but it was at the Entrepreneur Center, at the EC, where I learned how I sort of got, I like to say, my degree from the School of Hard Knocks. And they taught me things, they taught me words I didn't know. They taught me that I needed to work on my business, not in my business. And so the formal training began right there in the halls of the Entrepreneur Center. And I was in that program there for 18 months, and I was always able to ask all the questions. And from there, that's where a business leader was really born, where I knew that I had business and I wasn't just baking cupcakes, and that my cupcakes, what we do is about so much more than cupcakes. And that's where I learned that people wanted what I had, and that if I would just be transparent about what I've been through and what I've done, I could save other people from the same plight that I had, that there were a lot of people who looked like me, who were women who woke up one day like I did to a husband after 21 years who said, I don't want to be married anymore when I've been a stay-at-home mom. There are other women who look like me who who might be being successful at being a household manager, who need to know that that's a skill set that you bring to the table. And I needed to say that to them because I had this captive audience of people who are saying, wait a minute, she didn't know how to bake. Now she's got all these awards and now she's turned this $5 into millions. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. We did that. And we actually put a whole little part of Nashville on the map where people were saying, like you said, your naysayers, no one's ever coming to Germantown, they said, to stand in line for anything, let alone it be gourmet. It's never going to work. In a house, they're never going to come. And we just got voted as the best cake again in Tennessee.
Congratulations.